So, as you can see, I did go to the AIDS walk, and it was a success. I actually met another man who has been positive for 2 years, and we chatted the entire walk, which was kind of amazing. We just talked about our situation, which meds we're on, things like that. How much of an uphill struggle it's been. His CD4 is actually at 1500, which is surprising. His latest test results showed that. And I was amazed. I was like, holy shit. My doctor said that I would never get to that number. Sorry, I'm drinking a Coke right now. It's my morning caffeine shot. It gets me through the day. Anyways, but I was amazed. He gave me his number so that we could hang out sometime. He's my age. He's 25. I'm 26. So, I feel like my hair is gross right now. I took a shower. I never wash my hair anymore. My stylist said that I should only wash it every 3 days. Otherwise, I will continue to lose hair immensely, which as I look at my keyboard, I see a bunch of my hair all over it. It's horrible. They do it. Gay. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. So, but I wanted to talk about something else today. I wanted to talk about my actual hospital stay. When I got admitted to the hospital, and when we found out that I was positive, my partner found out that I was positive, he made the decision to call my stepmother and my father, who I wasn't speaking to at the time. He made that decision, so he didn't tell them where I was staying at St. Joseph's Hospital in Phoenix, Central Phoenix, and he made the decision to call them, and he basically said, Dan is in the hospital, he's fine, everything's under control, we don't need you to come over, I'm not going to tell you where he's at, but he's fine. I have everything under control. His mom is flying out in a couple of days. His sister is probably going to come out too. She's going to drop her son off at her grandparents'. Everything will be fine. We've got everything under control. We have a great group of friends that are in and out of the hospital taking care of him. Don't come see us. I didn't want to see them. I had told him specifically I didn't want to see them. Then the drama happened. My stepmother ended up calling every single hospital in town, which is a lot of hospitals. If you Google Map hospitals in Phoenix, you will come up with a shit ton of hospitals here. It is immense. And so she called every hospital. She found out where I was at, and she was there the next day. And so yeah. She found out what room I was in, and I had 3 friends visiting. I'm not going to name their names, but it was 2 girls and a guy, and they're friends of both mine and my partner's, and God, my glasses are always so crooked. There, that's better. Sorry, I have to have a good music when I talk about my stepmother and my father because I hate them so much. And I love the song. It's by Flight Facilities. Flight Facilities is amazing. They do Crave You, which is on this album. It features Kylie Minogue. Anyways, so they showed up, and I had these 3 friends visiting. They did not know that I was positive. My partner decided not to tell anybody. which is what I wanted. It's what I wanted. I have to break out the sign language because I am so pissed at my parents. My former parents at this point, because I don't even consider them part of my family anymore. This is all in the book that I'm writing. But essentially, my stepmother and my father and my two younger sisters burst into the room, and within 5 minutes, in front of these 3 people who did not know that I was positive, she said, "So is this due to his AIDS?" Because my partner had told my parents that I had HIV. She said, "Is this due to his AIDS?" Okay, one thing, it's not AIDS. And 2, what part of keep it secret did you not understand, woman? She really likes attention. She does. So, there's that. Yeah. So, of course, all 3 of our friends just kind of were taken aback and were like, what? Is she joking? What's going on here? And they had to pull my partner aside and keep him from hitting her. And then he had to quietly escort my stepmother out of the room and sit there and say, they didn't know that he has HIV. And second of all, it's not AIDS, it's HIV. There's a distinct difference. AIDS is when you're at death's doorstep and you're going to die within the next year. So, woman, get the fuck out of the hospital. We don't want to see you here ever again. So, she left. My father stayed, which was nice because I love my father. I love him to death. He's a great man. At least he used to be. I've lost all respect for him because he is her bitch. He is. It's unfortunate because he used to be a great man. He used to serve in the Air Force. He served for 22 years and retired 10 days before 9/11. They sent him letters asking him to come back, and he declined because he had a family and he had his own business started, and he declined. So he was a great man, but he's no longer a great man because he's her bitch. He goes at her whim, and he's only allowed to go when she says yes. And if she says no, he's not allowed to go. And it's unfortunate. So, he stayed. He helped me recover for a couple days, and then he left, and then I never saw him again until about a month later when I was doing somewhat better and I had started seeing my doctor regularly, and my T cells were rising and my viral load was going down, and I was able to go out of the house finally and not just go to doctor's visits and physical rehab and mental rehab. So we went to lunch a couple times, and it was really nice. But that was to discuss matters of what she did next. The day that she left, apparently, she went on Facebook and decided to broadcast the fact that I have HIV to everybody. Calling it AIDS, again. Again. So, she was friends with a lot of my friends on Facebook out in North Carolina. So, it's a private matter. I didn't want anybody knowing. Now I don't give a shit who knows. I'm sitting here in a public place making this video. Anybody can overhear me. I don't give a shit. I don't give 2 shits. Who knows? Really, I don't. Because the more people who know, the more awareness is raised. That's what the AIDS Walk was about, was raising awareness. Because I'm a normal person and I have HIV. I'm still me. That's how it works. So I have a deadly virus living inside me. I'm still going to live my life. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But at the time, I didn't want anybody knowing because I was scared. That's how it works. You're scared as shit. Because you're not sure if somebody's going to come in and say, okay, we got to ship you off somewhere. You can't live in the general populace. That's what they used to do. You heard stories. You used to hear stories of that's what they did to people with HIV and AIDS, and to gay people, and to Jews, and you're scared. You're scared as shit when you get a virus like this. So you don't want anybody knowing. But as you learn to live with it, you become unscared of it. You lose your sanity when you get it, and then you slowly forget that insanity and you become unafraid of it. So I've lost that, and I have become more attuned to being one with it. So I'm living with it. Because you have to. I take 4 medicines a day. 1 for my seizures and 3 for my HIV. And I'm carrying them in my bag right now. I'm a walking pharmacy. I have 1 other medication that I can take if I feel a seizure coming on, and it's supposed to calm everything in my body. Gives me kind of a natural high, actually. It's kind of nice. My doctor prescribed it to me. She's like, you're only supposed to take it if you feel a seizure coming on. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I've taken 1 to help me fall asleep, though. I'm like, damn, this is nice. I'm about to pass out. It's actually really nice, because the other night, I got to drink for the first time, and I had 2 margaritas, and I walked home, and I laid in my grass for a good 20 minutes talking to my mom, and she's like, you need to go inside and go to bed. I'm like, no, I don't want to go inside, because the grass is nice, it feels good, and the stars are out right now. And she's like, you need to go inside now. Mom, why are you being so mean? She's like, you're drunk. Mom, I'm not a lightweight. I just had 2 margaritas. She's like, you're drunk. Fine, Mom, I'll go inside. My foods get cold too, so wait, it's gonna get cold in the fridge anyways. She's like, yes, that's true, but you need to go inside. Okay, Mom, I'll go inside. Oh God, I think I forgot my alarm code. She's like, what was it originally? I think it was the year that I was born. She's like, that's 1989. I was like, oh, okay, I'll put that in, and it worked. So, but yeah. So, anyways, back to the original story. My stepmom put it out there on Facebook, so all of my friends knew at that point in North Carolina. They're very accepting. They're great people. I love them. They're a great family. They are family. What can I say? They're great people. They are great people. My friend Steven immediately called up my mother, because he has a direct number to her, because he witnessed me having a seizure, and he picked up my phone and dialed her, and he immediately stole the number from my phone, and in case he ever needed to call her in that kind of situation again. And he called her and said, hey, are you out there right now? And she was at that point, and he basically said, you need to contact Daniel's stepmother, and you need to tell her to take this shit down. And he sent her a snapshot of it, and he said, because she's broadcasting this everywhere, and I don't think he wants this out there. And he was right. I didn't want it out there, because it's my personal fucking business. So Message of the day is, if you know somebody with HIV and they just got it, they just got the diagnosis, don't fucking broadcast it out there. Get their permission to tell people. Same with being gay. If they're just coming out of the closet, don't broadcast it out. Get their permission. If you want to set them up on a date, go to them, say, hey, I have this great person that I want you to meet. Would it be okay if I set you up on a date with them? Don't just go to a person and say, hey, I have this great guy that or girl that, would be awesome for you two to, go on a date together. Go to them first and say, hey, I have this great person. I think you guys would mesh well. Can I set you both up on a date? I know that you're newly out of the closet, but I wanted to come to you first because I know that you're newly out of the closet, and I know that this whole thing can be really uncomfortable. So, tell me, what do you want to do? Give us the option. Give us the option of coming out of the closet. Please. Because this shit is scary. It's scary as hell. Coming out of the closet for anything is really